Hello everyone. Today we'll be going through Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended 058042 May June 2014. Let us move to the question number 1. Question 1 says Jane and Kate share $240 in ratio of 5:7. Show that Kate receives $140. So sum of ratios we can check. So sum of ratios will be equal to 5 plus 7, which is equal to 12. And out of 12, Kate is receiving 7 portions. So we can write 7 over 12 into 240. This will be for Kate. And this is equal to 7 over 12 multiplied by 240, and this is equal to 140. This is how we can show this is dollars 140, and this was required, and this is 2 marks question. Now B part, Jane and Kate each spend $20. Find the new ratio, Jane remaining money, the ratio Kate's remaining money. Give your answer in its simplest form. So both have spent like 140 was with the Kate. So Kate was having 140 and 20 spent. So remaining is 120. And with the Jane was having 240 minus 140, so it was 100. So out of 100, 20 spent, and after subtraction, she's having 80. So the ratio will be what? We require Jane first. So Jane to Kate ratio will be J to K ratio will be 80 ratio 120, and in simplest form we can divide it by 40. So this will be 2s are and this will be 3s are, so it will be 2 ratio 3. Our answer will be 2 ratio 3 for 2 marks. Hopefully you understood this. Now C part, Kate invests $120 for 5 years, 4% simple interest. Calculate the total amount Kate has after 5 years. Total amount is required. So our formula is interest is equal to PRT over 100. And for amount, after finding interest, we'll add the principal amount. This is equal to 120 is the principal amount, the amount which is invested into 4 into 4%, which is rate, and for 5 years duration, and divided by 100, and we can calculate this. This will be 120 into 4 into 5 and divided by 100 is equal to 24. Now $24 is the interest, so amount will be equal to principal amount plus interest, and this will be equal to 120 plus 24, so total will be dollars 144. This will be answer, and we will write here for 3 marks. This is the question. Now Jane, D part, Jane invest this much amount for 3 years, 4%, and this is compound interest. Calculate the total amount Jane has after 3 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest cent. So formula for compound interest is amount is equal to principal amount into 1 plus rate over 100 raised to the power time duration. In this formula we'll be replacing the values. So A is equal to principal amount, which is 80 into 1 plus rate is 4%, so 4 over 100 raised to the power time duration, which is mentioned as 3, and this will be calculated as 80 into 1 plus 4 over 100 and bracket close and raised to the power is 3, and this is equal to 89.989. 89.989. And for the nearest cent, we can write it as 89.99. So $89.99 to the nearest cent. 3 marks part, which we're done. Now, E part, an investment of this much for 2 years, 4% per year compounded interest is the same as an investment of this much 2 years rate for simple interest. Find the value of R. So by this condition, we will write, first of all, we can write the same amount with the compound interest. A will be equal to 200 compound interest, and this is 1 plus rate is 4 over 100, and this is for 2 years. And we can calculate, this is what, this one we can change here, basically 200, and this is for 2 years, so we can write here 2, and this is equal to 216.32. So 216.32 in case of compound interest. This is in case of compound interest situation. Now simple interest, in case of simple interest, we can write PRT over 100, and this will be interest is equal to P into R into T, which is 2 years, and divided by 100, and this will be equal to 200 into 4 into 2 divided by 100 will be equal to 16. So this will be 16. So amount will be equal to principal amount plus interest, which is equal to 200 plus 16, so 216. We got this one. Now value of R is required. Now we can basically 4R will be equal to 216. Basically R is, we in this case we don't have R. This is R, so we will write here R, and this one, what we can do, amount we can write as, this cannot be calculated, so interest is same, so they're saying amount is same, so what we can do, we can write like this one. So amount will be equal to this one, interest, we can write this is interest plus principal amount, which will be equal to 200. So we can make equation like this. So this will be in case of simple interest, and by the condition of the question, a value is same as compound interest, so we can write 216.32 is equal to 200 into 2 over 100 R, and this will, we can put in brackets, and plus 200. So we can find the value of R. So R will be this, if we simplify this with this, we'll get 2 here, and we can rewrite as 216.32, and minus this 200 we can shift to the side, so minus 200 will be equal to 2 into 2, 4R. So R value will be equal to this subtraction will give us 216.32 minus 200 will be equal to 16.32. So 16.32 divided by 4, because we have shifted this 4 to other side, and this will be equal to, divided by 4 is equal to 4.08. This will be the rate which is required. Hopefully you understood each and everything. This was a 3 marks question which we had done. Now this is question number 2. Question number 2 says f of x is equal to 1 over x squared minus 2x. X is not equal to 0. A part, complete the table of values for f of x, and we have these 3 locations which are empty, which we need to find. And this one we can do one thing, we can write the equation. Why this will be 1 over x squared, so x squared and minus 2 and x. After typing this equation, now we can check for calculate for minus 3 to double check. So calculate for minus 3, we should get 6.1, and this is giving us 6.1 up to one decimal point. So similarly we can check for minus 1, so calculate for minus 1, and this will give us 3. Our answer will be 3 over here. Now we can calculate for 0.5, calculate for 0.5, and this is equal to 3, and we can write here 3. And now we can calculate for 1, so calculate for 1, and this gives us minus 1, and this is minus 1 value. This was 3 marks part which we have done by the help of calculator. Easily we have done this question. Now for B part says on the grid draw the graph of this one from this range to this one, and this portion I have inserted, and this is not part of the question. I have inserted for your explanation. I'll explain in a while. Now this is the grid provided where we have to draw these points, and minus 3 and 6.1 is the first point. So 6.1 will be 6.1 we can draw over here. So this is the indicated point. Now minus 2.5 and 5.2. 5.2 will be minus 2.5 basically. So minus 2.5 and 5.2 will be this point. Next is minus 2 and 4.3. Minus 2 and 4.3 is this indication. Then comes to 1.5, minus 1.5 and 3.4. 3.4 and minus 1.5 is this indication. Then we can move to the next, minus 0.5 and 5. So minus 0.5 and 5 will be this indication. We missed minus 1, so minus 1 and 3 will be this point. So we got these values. Now we can go to the negative positive values, 0.4 and 5.5. 0.4 will be this one, and 5.5 will be 3 over here. Yes, so we got this value. Next is 0.5 and 3. 0.5 and 3 is this indication. Then comes 1 and minus 1. So 1 and minus 1 is this one. And next value is 1.5 and minus 2.6. So 1.5 and minus 2.6 will be this. And last value is 2 and minus 3.8. Minus 3.8 will be this indication. Now after this one we have to draw the graph. This should be smooth curve, and we can draw smooth curve like this one. We'll have to target for a smoother curve like this one, almost smooth. It's not perfect. I'm trying to draw into segments like this one so that we can rectify any portion which is required. Now this is almost perfect, but we can redraw this section. Okay, so this is done. Now this is almost perfect. Now we can move to this other section also, and for this one we can draw a smoother curve like this, and it will be bending from here, and we can redraw this section. Okay, so this is basically the curve which we are looking for. Now this is almost done, and now after sketching, what we have to do, we have to solve the equation f of x is equal to 2. So f of x is equal to 2 mean y is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 is this line is y is equal to 2, and we need to find the basically basically the intercept of this graph, and this intercept is what, this value we need to find, and this value is, if we check this value, reference of this value, we can check from here, and this is 5.5. 5.5 we can identify as 5.5, and this is 1 mark part. This is basically not 5.5, 0.5, 0.55. We can write like this one, 0.55, because it's less than 1 and a little more than 0.5. So now solve the equation f of x is equal to 2x plus 3. So plus 3 means it's passing through this one, and we can take y is equal to 0 implies, or what we can do, we can take the gradient, and gradient will be or what we can do in this equation, y is equal to 2x plus 3. We have identified one point from this c value, and for the second point, for x is equal to 1, y will be equal to what? Y will be equal to, for x is equal to 1, y will be equal to 5. So we can write point as 1 and 5. So 1 and 5 point will be this one. Now we can draw the line which is passing through this and 3, and we can, if we try to be accurate, so this will be the equation which we have drawn, and this point we need to identify, and this reference will be around 4.5, 0.45, or we can write 0.5. So 0.5 will be point. For this one we have to draw the line which we have already drawn over here, and this one we have done this. Now draw the tangent to the graph, E part. E part 1, draw the tangent to the graph of y is equal to f of x at the point where x is equal to minus 1.5. So x is equal to minus 1.5 is basically this point, so we will draw tangent at this point. So to draw tangent at this point, so we can take from here, and we can, if we draw a line, like for example, I'll have to change the color, so we can take this red line, and like if we check, this should be a little lower so that we can get tangent only. I think so. This is touching the point only at one point. Now we need to find the gradient. We can consider this triangle, and if we draw this triangle, we can consider this whole triangle for the gradient, and rise is what? Rise is 5.4, so this side is 5.4, and this side is 1 2 3 4, and 5.4, m will be equal to 5.4 over 4, and this will be equal to 5.4 divided by 4 is equal to um, 1.35. So we can write this will be negative because sloping from right, it is sloping down. So 1 minus 1.35 or even 1.36 also will be fine, but I'm writing 1.35. Now we have done with the question, but I just want to explain by the help of software. So there are so many softwares available on the net. You can go through any of one of them, and we will switch to the software. Okay, so this is the software, and the equation y is equal to 1 over x square minus 2x I have written over here. And before plotting this curve, I just want to be clear that this software or any other software will not be allowed and will not be available to you in exam, during exam. So before exam, you can practice this at home, and this will be very helpful for your skill level improvement, and you can understand graph and transmission questions better by the help of these type of softwares, and this will be helping you in tackling questions in exam easily. Now this is the equation y is equal to 1 over x square minus 2x, which you can see is exactly like we have done in our graph, and everything is same. This is the perfect exact graph I wanted to show you, and y is equal to 2 line which we have drawn is this one, and if you check the intersection of y is equal to 2 line, and the curve is 0.565, and we have written 0.55. This is what we have provided. And next, what we can do, we have this line y is equal to 2x plus 3, which also we have to plot, and this is the line y is equal to 2x plus 3, and you can check it is passing through 0 and 3, and this is the point of intersection with the curve, which is 0.45, and I have written in our working, we have written 0.5. So everything is fine till now, and this is the point which we have shown also. And what else, this is another equation, basically the tangent which we have to draw. I have written this equation. The gradient which we found is minus 1.3 4 or 5, like that one, and this is originally this should be like exactly minus 1.37, and plus this should be 1.38. This is the complete equation of the tangent which I have written over here for your explanation, and you can see it's touching the curve only at this point, which is at minus 1.5, and this is what I have shown you, and the same picture I have inserted in the question also. Let us switch to the question. Now this is the picture which I have inserted from the curve which I have shown you, and this is basically the point of intersection of y and y is equal to 2. Y is equal to 2 and the curve, and the point is 0.56. We have written 0.55. This is basically 0.55, and this is 0. We have written this point as 0.55 and this point and 0.5, which is almost accurate, and this is the point where it is intercepting at minus 1.5, and this is the tangent, basically not intercepting. This is the tangent line, this is the tangent line, and this is the line which is y is basically y is equal to 2x plus 3. So y is equal to 2x plus 3 is this line. Hopefully you understood everything. Better to practice these type of softwares. There are so many available on the net. Okay, so let us move to the next question. And next question says, this is question number 3. Diagram is not to scale. The diagram shows the quadrilateral ABCD. Angle BAD is 49. Angle ABD is 55. BD is equal to 80. BD is equal to 80 is mentioned over here, and BC is equal to 95 meters, and CD is equal to 90 meters. Use sine rule to calculate the length of AD. So AD length is which one? AD length is basically this length is required. To calculate this length, we can take these two opposite given data, and this one we can take these two sides and two angles, opposite angles we are taking. So we can write AD over opposite angle, so 55. So sine of 55 degrees is equal to 80 over sine of 49 degrees, and this implies AD will be equal to 80 sine 55 degrees divided by sine of 49 degrees. And now we can calculate by the help of calculator. This will be 80 sine of 55 over this will be sine of 49, and this will be equal to 86.83. This is equal to 86.83, and we can provide 86.8 up to 3 significant figures. Answer will be 86.8. 3 marks question. Hopefully you understood this. Now B part says use the cosine rule to calculate angle BCD. Now we have a formula for cos theta, so we can write cos theta is equal to A square plus B square minus C square over 2AB, and we will be replacing values in this, or we can write this implies theta will be equal to cos inverse of A square plus B square minus C square over 2AB. This will be the formula which we will be applying, and theta will be equal to cos inverse of values we can replace. So one side is 90, other side is 95, and third side is 80, and divided by 2 into 90 into 95, and we can find the angle. This will be shift cos of fraction 90 squared plus 95 squared minus 80 squared, and over this will be 2 into 90 into 95, and bracket close, and this is equal to 51.1566. So we can write 51.16 degrees. So our answer will be 51.16, or we can write 51.2 up to 2 significant figures, and we can write 51.2 degrees. Hopefully you understood this. Now they are saying calculate the area of the quadrilateral. Area of the quadrilateral of ABCD is required, and for area of quadrilateral we need to find area of this triangle and area of the other triangle. So these two triangles, one is shaded, the other one is unshaded, so we have to find the area of these two. So area of this shaded one, triangle ABD, will be, now we have measurements which we can write, which we found 86.83 is AD. So 86.83 is this side, and this angle also we can find. This angle we can find, this will be, we can subtract 180 minus these two. So what we can do, we can write here 180 minus 49 plus this 155, and we have to use brackets over here, and this will be angle ADB. So ADB angle, and this one we can check, this will be 180 minus, in brackets, 49 plus 55 and bracket close, and this is equal to 76. So this angle is 76. Now we have angle and these two sides and their included angle, and we can find the area of this ABD. So we will write here area of triangle ABD, area of triangle, we can write here triangle ABD will be equal to 1 by 2 into AB sine C. So it is 6.83 into what? Into 80. One side is 86.83 and other side is 80. Yes. And this will be sine of 76 degrees, and this will be equal to 0.5 into 86.83 and multiply by 80 into sine of 76 degrees, and this is giving us 3370.3. This is area, so this will be meter square, and area of the other triangle, which is triangle BCD. So BCD also we can check, and for that one we need to find basically two sides we have, but we require this angle. This angle is required. So how we can find this angle? For this one we can use basically we have already calculated basically DCB in previous part. Yeah, BCD, which is 51.2, so we can use 51.2 over here. So or 51.16, which is accurate one, which we found. 51.12 is the rounded answer, so we can use two sides and that angle, and this will be 1 by 2 into one side is 90 and the other side is 95 into sine of 51.16, and this one we can write 0.5 into 90 into 95 into sine of 51.16, and this will be equal to 3329.80. We can write rounded, so this will be meter square. Now total area or area of ABCD, area of ABCD quadrilateral, this will be equal to, we'll add these two areas. One number is already there, so we'll add plus 3370.03, and this will give us 6699.83. We can write 6699.83, and rounded answer will be up to 3 seconds, up to, basically we can round it to 6700 and meter square. This will be final answer. Now D part, the quadrilateral represents a field. Corn seeds are sown across the whole field at the cost of 3250 per hectare. Calculate the cost of the corn seeds. 1 hectare is equal to this one. So the number which we are having is basically 6699.83. We can use this, or we can use answer to this one, and this will be divided by 1000, because we need hectares, not 1000, 10,000 basically. So we'll divide by 10,000 and we will get this number will be divided by 10,000 four zeros, and this will be equal to 0.66998, 0.66998. And further we can, the cost is for this one per hectare, so multiply by, so we can write separately, cost will be equal to, this will be hectares basically, hectares, and cost will be equal to 0.66998 and multiply by 3250, and this one will be multiplied by 3250, and we will get 2177.4. So 2177.4, and this is cost of the corn used, so rounded answer we can provide as 2180 up to 3 significant figures. This is the answer, and the proper place we can provide answer over here. Hopefully you understood this. Now question number 4. Question number 4 is transformation question. Grid is provided and shape Q is also provided. Let us move to the A part. And A part says draw the reflection of shape Q in the line y is equal to -1. Y is equal to x, sorry, x is equal to -1. So x is equal to -1 will be which line? We can draw x is equal to -1 line will be, this line will be x is equal to -1, and we can draw, so from here we can check, this is 2 units, so we'll take 2 units this side, so this will be the mark. And similarly we can check this also distance, and this is 2 units, so 1 2 this side, so this one we have indicated these 2 points. Now we can check this point and this point, so it will be over here, and this one hopefully you understood, and this will be our drawing, which we can, this will be translated, basically reflected, not translated, reflected triangle, sorry, trapezium or shape Q is reflected in the line x is equal to -1. Now the next part, B part, says draw enlargement of shape Q, center 0 shape, scale factor -2. So scale factor is -2, and the origin, and this is the origin 0 and we can indicate this is the origin. Now we need to draw this one, so we'll have to join this. So what we can do, we can draw a line joining this vertex, and we can draw a line like this one. So this is the line which we have drawn, and the second line which we can draw from here is basically 3, 1 and 3, so minus 1 and minus 3. So we can draw from here. This will be the second line. Hopefully you are understanding. So everything is passing through origin, and 3 and 2, and so this will be minus 2 and 3, and this will be passing through, like for example we can trace this line also. So if we draw this line, this will be like this one. We have to extend this line, and if we extend this line, this can be extended like this one. Okay, and the fourth and the last line, if we draw fourth and the last line, which we need to extend and extend up to like this one. Now we have drawn, now they're saying minus 2. So minus 2 means this will be on this side, opposite side of the center. So minus 2 sides. So what we can do, we'll multiply by minus 2. So we need like from this location to this location will be this side, which we can show this side. So we can draw this line. This is 2 units. You can see this is 2 units, and we have multiplied this side by 2, and we got this one. And we can join the base will be this one. This will be one side, and the second side we can join. This will be also multiplied by 2, so it will be also 4 units. And now we can join this also, and this will be the basically drawing which we can show over here. And this is by scale factor minus 2, and the origin is this one. 0 0 is the origin, and scale factor minus 2. We are done with the drawing. Now the second part says find the 2 cross 2 matrix represents an enlargement, center 0 0 and scale factor minus 2. So that is, if it is and minus 2 scale factor, if it is 1 scale factor, and it will be 1 1 and 0. Basically it will be 0 0 and 1 1. And if it is by minus 2, so it will be like minus 2 over here, minus 2 over here, and 0 0. So this will be our fact matrix which we can provide. And this 2 and minus 2 and 2 indicates the scale factor minus 2, and this one is about origin. Hopefully you understood this. This is 2 marks part. Now C part, draw the stretch of the shape. Draw the stretch of the shape Q, factor 2 and x-axis invariant. So we have to draw this one. For this I have copied the same grid over here for you, so that we will be taking reference of this one and drawing. So we can draw over here, and stretch of Q's, this is reduced one, so hopefully you'll be comfortable with this. Factor 2 and x is invariant, so x is not changing, but it's switching. So we can basically stretch this um, from this one scale factor 2, so it will be up, and 2 units. So this is 2 units, so 1 2 3 4 units will be taking like this one. And this side, starting from here, 1 and 2. So our drawing will be perfect. Drawing will be this one. So it will be stretching y line invariant and factor 2. This one, this is basically this one. So q factor 2, draw the stretch of shape q, factor 2 and x-axis invariant. So this will be our answer for this part. Hopefully you understood this. Now we can reduce this back so that it should not disturb our question. Now second part is find 2 cross 2 matrix that represents a stretch factor 2 x variant invariant, and we know that is 1 0 and 0, and k is the value which we are changing by this factor. So we can write this matrix will be 1 0 0 and 2, and this will be 2 marks part. Hopefully you understood this. Now find the inverse of the matrix in part C2. Inverse of the matrix we need to find. For that one, this is the matrix in the previous part, which we can write 1 0 0 and 2. And inverse is a matrix. If we multiply this matrix with its inverse, this will be giving you the identity matrix. So we can write equation like this one, and this one we can suppose A, B, C, D are the members of this matrix. Now we can multiply this. To multiply first row, first column, and this will be like A, and C with 0 will be 0, so it will be only A. And first row and second column, when we'll multiply, we will get only B because D will be 0. And when we multiply second row with first column, we will get only C. And when basically this will be, yeah, this will be second row with the first column will be 2C, not C. This will be 2 into C. And second row and second column will be 2D. And this matrix we can write equal to this 1 0 0 1, which is identity matrix. So this one we can say this is basically what this is. A is 1, B is 1, 2C is equal to 0, 2D is equal to 1. So we can write, we know A is equal to 1, we will write matrix over here. So our inverse matrix will be 1. What? 1, B is equal to 0, and C is equal to C, 2C is equal to 0, so this will also be equal to 0, and 2D is equal to 1. Or we can write 2D is equal to 1 and D is equal to 1 by 2. So we can write here 1 by 2, this matrix. Or this matrix can be answer, or what we can do, we can take 1 by 2 common, and inside we can write in the matrix, we can write here, we can write 2, because if you multiply 1 by 2 with 2, you will get 1, and 0 here, and 1 here. So if you multiply this 1 by 2 with the inner side of the matrix, you will get same this matrix. Hopefully you understood this, and we can write answer like this. This is 2 mark question. Then they are saying describe fully the single transformation represented by the matrix in part C3, this one. Now this is what? This is basically stretch by factor 1 by 2. This is stretch by this factor 1 by 2. So we can write This is stretch by factor will be 1 by 2, and what else? Invariant line x is equal x-axis, so invariant line x-axis. This will be 3 marks answer, which we are done with. Now this is question number 5. Question number 5 diagram is provided which is not to scale, and they're saying the diagram shows cylinder with radius 8 centimeter and height 12 centimeter, which is full of water. A pipe connects the cylinder to a cone. The cone has radius 4 centimeter and height 10 centimeter. Calculate the volume of water in the cylinder. Show that it rounds to 2410 centimeter cube. Correct to 3 significant figures. Answer we have to provide over here. Volume of cylinder, we know formula. Volume of cylinder is equal to volume of cylinder will be equal to pi r squared h, and this one we can check. R is 8 for this cylinder. R is 8 and height is 12. So height is 12. We can write pi r square. R is 8, so we can write pi into 8 squared into h, which is 12, and this will be equal to we can write as pi, and into 8 square will be 64 into 12, and this will be equal to 768 pi, and the decimal answer, if we check, is 2412.74, and the rounded answer we can write 2410. This will be up to 3 significant figures, and this was 2 marks part which we are done, and this is in centimeters cube. Now second part, change this one unit conversion. So we know centimeter cubes will be dividing 2410 2410 will be dividing by 1000, so this will be into liters, and this will be equal to what? 2410 divided by 1000 is equal to 2.41 liters. 2.41 liters, and that will be answer over here. This is 1 mark part which we are done. Now B part, water flows from the cylinder along the pipe into cone at rate of 2 centimeter cube per second. Calculate the time taken to fill the empty cone. Give your answer in minutes and seconds, correct to nearest second. And they have provided us volume formula for cone, and radius and height will be required for the cone. If we are considering this is the cone, and we need to find this one, so height is this one 10, and radius is 4. So we can use volume of cone is equal to this formula. So volume of cone will be equal to 1 by 3 pi r squared, which is 4 squared into h, which is 10, and this will be equal to 1 by 3 1 over 3 into pi. This is pi, and 4 squared will be 16 into 10, and this is equal to 160 over 3 pi. 160 over 3, and this will be pi and centimeter cube. Now at rate of this one per second, keep in mind answer will be in seconds. So this volume which we calculated, we will be checking how much time it will take. So time taken, time will be equal to 160 over 3 pi. So we can write over 3 pi, and this will be divided by 2, and we will get this one will be divided by 2 will be equal to 80 by 3 pi. 80 by 3 pi, I'm keeping pi because I don't want to lose the decimal values, and at the end we will be rounding, so our answer will be closer to the original one. So 80 by 3 pi in seconds, and we need answer in minutes and seconds, so we don't require in only seconds, we have to provide in minutes. So what we can do, this answer we will divide it by 60. So 80 by 3 pi, and this will be divided by 60, and this answer will be in minutes. Now what we will do, we will divide this answer by 60 and we will get this. Now we need to provide in minutes and seconds, so we will be pressing this time button. Just you can see here, this button I'm pressing, and I'm getting 1 minute 23.46 seconds. So I will round it to 1 minute and 24 seconds. Hopefully you are understanding. So I will write here 1 minute and 24 seconds. If you want to write, you can write 1 minute 23.46 seconds, and then you can round it to this one. So this will be 4-mark question, which is done. Hopefully you understood this. uh, this is C part. C part says find the number of empty cones which can be filled from the full cylinder. So number of empty cones that filled completely, they don't require decimal answer. So the volume of the cylinder will be divided by 160 by 3 pi volume of the cone, and we can write here volume of cylinder divided by volume of cone, and this will give us the number of cones, and this will be 2410 divided by 160 over 3, and this will be pi, and this is equal to 14.38. 14.38 and 38 we will not be considering, we will write 14 cones. This will be our final answer. Hopefully you understood this. Next question is question number 6. We can see this is not to scale. A part, the chord PR and SQ. PR is this one, and SQ is this one. Intersect at T, angle AST, sorry, RST. So RST is 21, and angle T STR is 117. Find the value of x and y. Okay, so I will erase everything. Now x and y is required. We require this one, x, and this y. So this is simpler. This is a 2-mark question. So directly we can take say this is 21, and this will also be top angle on the arc. So this will be 21. Now this angle is opposite to this one, so 117, and this will be a third angle of the triangle, which we can, y is equal to 180 minus 21 plus 117 degrees, and this will be equal to what? This will be 180 minus 21 plus 117 is equal to 42 degrees. So we got x and y value 21 and 42, so we can write here 21 and 42 degrees. Hopefully you understood this. Then second part, SR is equal to this one, RT is equal to this, PQ is equal to this. Calculate the length of TQ. So the given lengths we will copy because these are not given in the drawing. So SR is 8.23. So 8.23 we will mention here. 8.23 is this one, and RT is 3.31. So RT is 3.31 is this one. And what else? PQ is 9.43. PQ is 9.43. Now all the lengths we have mentioned, we have to find the length TQ. So to find TQ length, what we can do, we can apply sine rule. TQ length is which one? TQ length is this one. So we will be considering basically this triangle and we'll be applying sine rule for this one. So TQ, we can write 9.43 over sine of 117 is equal to TQ over this. So this will be, I'll start with TQ. So TQ over sine of 21, yes. So sine of 21 will be equal to 9.43 over sine of 117, and this implies TQ is equal to 9.43 into sine of 21 over sine of 117, and this will give us answer fraction 9.43. Sine of 21 over this will be sine of 117, and this is equal to 3.79. 2 marks part, which we are done. Now this is B part. For B part they have provided drawing which is not to scale. EFGH is a cyclic quadrilateral. EF is diameter. EF is diameter. This is EF, which is diameter. This is important. So KE is the tangent to the circle at E. So tangent to the circle at E means this part, which is radius, which is diameter. So diameter is making an angle of 90 degree with the tangent. So we understood this information also. GH is parallel to FE and angle KEG is 115. Calculate GHE. GHE is which angle? GEH basically. GEH is this angle. So this angle is required. So what we will do, we can first find, this is basically 4-mark question. So first of all, this one is 90. So this remaining angle will be 115 minus 90. So we can write, because at least some working also we have to provide, because this is 4-mark question. So whatever I'm explaining, I'll write here, so that there will be like 2-3 steps also which we are showing, so that examiner should not be in trouble for giving us marks. So we can write angle FEG. So FEG will be equal to 115 degree minus 90 degree, and this will be one step which we are using. 115 minus 90 will be equal to minus 90 will be equal to 25. So this is 25 degree. We can write here 25 degree. Now this is an angle in a semicircle, so this is triangle. So we can write basically this is 90 degrees. So we can write FG FGE will be equal to 90 degree, and in small bracket we can write angle in semicircle. As we know that FE is parallel to GH, so because of these two are parallel to each other, so this angle we can safely write 25 degrees, because this is 25 degrees. So we can write HGE. HGE is equal to 25 degrees, and this is we can write GH is parallel to F. So now we know this angle, this complete angle will be 90 plus 15, which is 100, and 90 plus 25, which is 115. So we can write FGH. FGH angle will be equal to 115 degrees. So FEH 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 angle will be equal to 180 minus 115 degree, and this will be equal to 180 minus 115 degree is equal to 65 degrees. So this total angle is which is FEH is equal to 65. So we can write this implies GEH angle will be equal to 65 minus 25 degrees, and which is equal to 40 degree. Hopefully you understood this. And here we can mention cyclic quadrilateral, and that's all. This is more than sufficient. So 40 degrees basically answer, and this is 4 marks. I have written these steps so that you will not be losing marks for this. Now ABCD, C part is ABCD are points on the circle center O. Angle AOB is equal to 140, and angle OAC is 14. AD is equal to DC. Calculate angle ACD. Diagram is not to scale. So first of all, what we can do, we can draw like OC radius. This is OC radius which we have drawn, and we know this is radius, this is also radius, so this angle is 14, this side will also be 14. This one we understand. Now this remaining angle will be of the triangle will be equal to 180 minus 180 minus 14 plus 14, and this will be equal to, this is angle AOC angle, and this will be equal to 180 minus 28 is equal to 152. So this angle is 152. Now we can find this angle, because total angle of a circle is 360. So angle COB or BOC, so we can write BOC will be equal to 360 minus 152 plus 140, and this will be equal to 360 minus 152 plus 140, and this is equal to 68. So we got this angle as 68. Now we can find the remaining two angles, because this is radius, so they are equal angles, opposite angles will be equal. So we can write angle OCB angle will be equal to 180 minus 68 divided by 2, and this will be 180 minus 68 and divided by 2 is equal to 56. So this angle is 56 and this angle is also 56. Hopefully you are following each and everything. Now what else we can understand is we can find this angle and this angle also. So if I change color for your better understanding, this will be this one. So we can find angle OAB. So OAB angle will be equal to 180 minus 140 divided by 2. 180 minus 140 is 40, so divided by 2 will be 20. So these angles are 20 degree and 20 degree. We are done with these also. Now we can understand basically which angle ACD is required. Okay, now we can understand this angle. Basically this angle is how much? Angle ABC. So we can write ABC angle is equal to 56 plus 20, which is equal to 76. So opposite angle ADC, because ABCD is cyclic quadrilateral, so ADC angle will be 180 minus 76 degrees, and 180 minus 76 degrees is equal to 104 degrees. Now this angle is 104 degrees, so these two angles are equal. So angle ACD angle will be equal to 180 minus 104 degrees and divided by 2, and this will be equal to fraction 180 minus 104 and divided by 2 will be equal to 38. So this angle will be 38 degrees. This angle will also be 38 degrees. Hopefully you understood. This is 5-mark question which we are done, and we have provided the steps of working also. Everything is done. Hopefully you understood this. Now this is question number 7. Question number 7 says the histogram shows some information about the masses m grams of 39 apples. Part 1 show that there are 12 apples in the interval 70 to 100, and frequency density, this y-axis, and mass is in grams. So what we can do, we will multiply the class width. We know the formula. What is the formula? Formula is frequency density. Frequency density is equal to frequency divided by class width. This implies frequency will be equal to frequency density multiplied by class width. So this is the formula which we will be using. So for 70 to 100, this will be class width will be this one, which is 30. So 30 will be multiplied by 0.4. So we can write 30 into 0.4, and this will be equal to 30 into 0.4 is equal to 12. So this is 12, which we are done. 1-mark part. Calculate an estimate of the mean mass of 39 apples. So what we will do for the mean mass, we have to do some working, and this is basically 5 marks question. So first of all, we will start from here. Like this is like class width. First one is 30, so 30 will be multiplied by 0.1, this will be 0.1, so we will multiply, we will write here 30 multiplied by, we can write here 30 multiplied by 0.1, and next will be what? Next is this class width is 20, so we can write 20 multiplied by 0.3, so this one. And next is basically this one, which we can, oh no, so next is only up to this one, so it will be 10, so 10 will be multiplied by the height, which is 1, so 10 into 1, and next will be this one, which is 60 to 70, and height is 0.8, so it will be 60 to 70 will be 10 and multiply by 0.8, and the last one we know, which is we have calculated, which is this one, 30 into 0.4, and we can multiply these numbers, and this is, we can write here the numbers. This is 12, which we have done over here, and this will be 8, this will be 10, this one we can multiply 20 into 0.3 is equal to 6, and 30 into 30 multiplied by 0.1 is equal to 3, so this will be 3. Now we got these numbers, and what else we require? We require mid-range, basically mid, not mind, mid range basically we require. So mid of 0 and 30 will be 15, so mid values will be 15 for this range, and for the next range from 30 to 50 will be 40, so we can write here 40, and middle of 50 and 60 is 55, and middle of 60 and 70 is 65, and then middle of 70 and 100 is 85, so we can write here 85. Now these values we got, and what we can do, we can basically multiply this with this, and if we can calculate mean will be equal to 3 multiplied by 15. The formula for mean you know is sigma fx over sigma f. This is for the mean, and we are using the same formula, and this will be, next will be 6 multiplied by 40 and plus 10 multiplied by 55 and plus 8 multiplied by 65 plus 12 multiplied by 85, and the whole divided by the total number, which is 39. So we will get answer for this one, but we have to do this lengthier calculation. We can write this as in brackets 3 into, basically we write fraction first, so it will be 3 into 15 bracket close, plus next will be 6 into 40 and bracket close, plus next will be 10 into 55, then next will be 8 into 65, and plus this will be 12 into 85 and divided by 39. Divided by 39 is equal to 60.897, 60.897. So up to three significant figures we can write 60.890, also we can write 60.90. This can be answer, and this is in grams. Hopefully you understood this. Now B part, the mean mass of 20 oranges is 70 grams. One orange is eaten. The mean mass of the remaining oranges is 70.5 grams. Find the mass of the orange that was eaten. So 20 are having 70 mean. So basically 70 grams of 20. So what we can do, we can find the mass of 20, which is 20 into 70 grams. This will be equal to 1400. This is mass of 20 oranges basically. Now mass of 19 will be what? Because one is eaten and mean is this, so 19 into 70.5, and this will be equal to 19 into 70.5 is equal to 1339.5, 1339.5, and we can subtract. So this will be 1400 minus answer is equal to 60.5 grams. So 60.5 grams is already there, so this will be our answer. Hopefully you understood this. Now here comes question number 8. Question number 8 says the distance a train travels on a journey is 600 kilometer. Write down an expression in terms of x for average speed of the train when the journey takes x hours. So speed is equal to distance over time. Distance covered is this one, and we can write speed is equal to distance over time. So time will be, this implies time is equal to distance over speed. So this will be, distance is 600 and speed is what? Speed is x, so it will be 600 over x. The journey takes x plus 1 hours, so it will be 600 divided by x plus 1 hours. Now the difference between the average speeds in part A1 and A2 is 20 kilometers per hour. Show that this is equal to this. So difference between those two equations will be what? 600 over x minus 600 over x plus 1 is equal to 20. And now we can simplify. We can multiply the whole equation by x into x plus 1 into 600 over x, and minus x into x plus 1 into 600 over x plus 1, and this is equal to 20 into x plus 1, and in brackets. So now we can cancel x with x, x plus 1 with x plus 1, and we will get this 600 multiplied by x plus 1 will be 600x plus 600, and minus x multiplied by 600 will be minus 600x, and this will be equal to 20x multiplied by x will be 20x squared, and 20x multiplied by 1 will be plus 20x. Now we can cancel this 600x with minus 600x, and we can rewrite the equation 20x squared plus 20x, and 600 we can shift to other side, so it will be 600 minus 600 is equal to 0, and we can divide it by 20, so we'll get x squared plus x minus 30 is equal to 0, and this was the equation which we needed to prove. This was 3-mark question. Now find what? Find the average speed of the train for the journey in part 1 to show all your working. So for this one, average speed we can write 600. Basically we need to solve this quadratic equation. This is a 4-mark question, so we can solve this quadratic equation. I will write this equation first and then I will factorize this. For factorization, we can take help from calculator. So x square is 1, x coefficient of x is 1 and minus 30, and this will give us 5 and minus 6. So we can write factors x minus 5 and x plus 6, and this is equal to 0. So this implies x is equal to 5 and x is equal to minus 6, and minus 6 we can ignore, and we will be taking x is equal to 5, and we know that 600 over x plus 1 is the speed. So we can replace x by 5, so it will be 600 over 5 plus 1, which is equal to 600 over 6, which is equal to 100. So this will be kilometers per hour, and this will be 100 kilometers per hour. This was 4-mark question which we are done. Hopefully you understood this. Now the question number 9, it says if a weather is fine, the probability that Carlos is late arriving at school is 1 by 10. If the weather is not fine, the probability that he is late arriving at school is 1 by 3. The probability that the weather is fine on any day is 3 by 4. Complete the tree diagram. So we can complete this tree diagram. This probability is provided 3 by 4, so remaining will be 1 by 4, which will be here, and this probability is 1 by 10, so remaining will be 9 by 10, which is over here, and this probability is provided 1 by 3 and remaining will be 2 by 3. So we are done with the completion of the tree diagram. This is 3 marks question which we are done. Now we can move to the B part. In a school term of 60 days, find the number of days the weather is expected to be fine. So fine weather will be 3 by 4. Probability for fine weather is 3 by 4. So we can write 3 by 4 of 60 days, and this will be equal to 3 over 4 multiplied by 60 is equal to 45. So 45 will be our final answer for this question. This is 1 mark part. Now we can move to the C part. Find the probability that the weather is fine and Carlos is late arriving the school. So fine and late. Fine and late will be this route. So fine and late will be 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 into fine and late will not be this one. Fine and late will be this route. So 3 by 4 into 1 by 10. So we can write 3 by 4 into 1 by 10, and the probability will be 3 over 40. So 3 over 40, this will be 2 marks. Now they're saying find the probability that Carlos is not late arriving to school. Not late arriving to school. Not late are these options. Not late, one is this option, the second is this option. So for the first one, we can have two options basically. One option is this one, and second option is this one for not late. So this will be 3 by 4 into, we can write here 3 by 4 into 9 by 10. This will be one option, and the second option will be 1 by 4 into 2 by 3. This will be the second option. So we can write both options over here and solve. So this will be 3 by 4 into 9 by 10, and the second will be 1 by 4 into 2 by 3, and this will be equal to what? We can basically solve this with the help of calculator. 3 over 4 into 9 over 10, and this should be plus basically, so we'll have to write here plus also. So plus next will be 1 over 4 into 2 over 3, and this will be closed, and this is equal to 101 over 120. 101 over 120, this will be the probability which we can write. This is for 3 marks. Now they're saying find the probability that the weather is not fine on at least one day in a school week of 5 days. So not fine probability is 3 by 4. So we can take this route like 1 is the complete probability. So out of 1, 3 by 4, we consider that all 5 days are not fine. So we'll take 3 by 4 raised to a 5, and this will be our answer. We can write 1 minus, this will be 3 over 4. 3 by 4 and par we have to write, so we missed bracket which we can take over here, and par 5, and this will give us 781 over 1024. 781 over 1024. This will be our answer for this 2 marks part, which is done. Now question number 10 is functions question. This is saying f of x is this one, x is not equal to 0, g of x is given, h of x is given. So find f of g of 1 by 2. So first of all, g of 1 by 2, g of 1 by 2, we can write 1 minus 1 by 2, which is equal to 1 by 2. Now f of g of 1 by 2 means f of g of 1 by 2 we can replace with it 1 by 2. So this will be equal to 1 over 1 by 2, which is equal to 2. So we can write answer as 2. This is 2 mark question. Then B part, find g inverse, the inverse of g of x. So g of x is this one. So we can write g of x, which we can write as y is equal to 1 minus x. We'll make x as subject, so x will be equal to 1 minus y, will be equal to 1 minus y, and swap x and y, so it will be y is equal to 1 minus x. So our answer will be 1 minus x. This will be inverse. This is 1 mark part. Find h of g of x, in your answer in simplest form. So first of all, we'll take g of x. G of x will be what? G of x we can write as 1 minus x. So h of 1 minus x, this will be h of g of x. This will be equal to 1 minus x squared and plus 1. If we open this, this will be 1 plus x squared, a squared plus b squared, minus 2ab 2x, and plus 1. So this will be equal to x squared minus 2x plus 2, and we can write answer over here x squared minus 2x minus 2. This is 3 marks part which we are done. Now D part, find the value of x when g of x is equal to 7. So g of x is equal to 7. We know that x, so this implies if this is equal to 7, it implies that x is equal to, this implies that x is equal to g inverse of 7. So in g inverse of x, which we found basically, which is 1 minus x, so we can write this will be equal to 1 minus 7, which is equal to 6. So 6 will be our answer. Now they're saying the E part, solve the equation h of x is equal to 3x. Show your working and give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So h of x is what? H of x is x squared plus 1 is equal to 3x. So we can write quadratic equation like this one, and we can use calculator for this. Mode 5 3, coefficient of x square is 1, coefficient of x is minus 3, and constant value is 1. So this is decimal value, so better to use quadratic formula. So what we will do, we can move it a little above and also to this side over here, and we can write a b c values. A is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 3, and c is equal to 1. And quadratic formula, we can write x is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac over 2a, and we will be replacing values in this one. We will get minus b, it means will be minus 3 in brackets, and plus minus, this will be b squared minus 3 squared minus 4, and a value is 1 and c value is also 1, and divided by 2a. 2a is like this one. Now we can use calculator, so it will be, answer will be the same. Like if I copy answer, so which is 2.618, and the second answer will be 0.382. So 0.382, let us check. We'll confirm that our answer should match with this. Now we can simplify, and this will be fraction, and 3 plus we will take, then we take minus next term, so it will be minus 3 square will be 9, and minus 4, and over will be 2, and this is equal to, you can see this is 2.618, so x1 will be equal to 2.618, and the second value we will replace plus with minus, and this value will be 0.3819. So x2 will be equal to 0.3819, or we can write it like this one. So our answer will be over here 2.618 and 0.382. This was 4-mark question which we are done. And now they're saying f part, a function f of x is its own inverse when f inverse of x is equal to k inverse of x is equal to k of x, for which of the functions f of x, g of x, and h of x is this true. We can see this is true basically for g of x and for f of x. We have seen for f of x and g of x. G of x we have seen over here, and f of x basically also is inverse of it. So we can write basically over here, this will be f of x and g of x. This is 1-mark question, it's not requiring working. So 11, question number 11 says the total area of each of the following shapes is x. So the area of the shaded part of each shape is kx. So it will be some portion of x. For each shape, find the value of k and write your answer below each diagram. So how we can understand, so each value is there are 3 triangles, so they're saying ABCD is equal, so each one will be, this will be 1 by 3, this will be 1 by 3, and this will be 1 by 3. So they will be adding up to 3 by 3 x, right? So this will be k value. So k, we can write this as so this shaded one will be 1 by 3x, so we can write k value will be 1 by 3. Hopefully you understood this. This is just straightforward, very simple question. basically. Now we can see this is 72 and this complete angle of the circle is 360, right? So 72 out of 360, so we can write 72 over 360 of x. So this will be our answer. Now they have given this condition for the third drawing. These two are equal and these two are equal. Now if we keep in mind, diagrams are not to scale, all drawings are not to scale. Now in these type of things, EF is equal to FG. So these two sides are equal. This side is equal to this side, and EI is equal to this side is equal to this side. So it means we can split into these triangles like this one. If we split into triangles, this will be 4 triangles. So out of 4, 1 is shaded, so we can write 1 by 4. Hopefully you understood this. So for this drawing, which is shape is a regular hexagon, you need to understand like how we will understand this. So what we can do, first of all, we can draw a line from here, and you can see this portion is equal to this portion, and if we split the inner side also, so inner side we can split like this one, this and this one, and this shape. If I shade this shape, is basically same as the shaded one, and the other shape will be like this one. So this shape will also be same as the other shaded one. So we got basically one, so far we got 1, 2, 3 and 4 same shapes. Now this one, this shape we can divide into 2 shapes, and if we join basically this shape, this one and this one, this will be constituting one shape, and the other one we can join this shape with this shape. So this will be also one shape. So 3, and we can write 4 shape by combining this one and this piece, and fifth will be this one and this one. So total will be 5 shapes, not 5, just 4, 5 and 6 shapes. Basically this is 5, this is fifth one, and this is sixth one. So we are getting total 6 shapes. So it will be 1 over 6 of this is already shaded, which they have shown us. Now for the next last one, which is quarter circle, and area of quarter circle is what? Area of quarter circle is pi r squared by 4. This is area of quarter circle. And if we take area of quarter circle, that will be this complete one, and from that area, if we subtract the area of this triangle, we will get shaded area. So how the area of triangle will be what? If we take this was as r, this one r, so this OB will be r, which is radius of the circle. So pi r square will be area of the quarter circle, and minus triangle area. Triangle area we can write 1 by 2 into r, so r square. Now from here we can take common, so it will be pi by 4 minus 1 by 2, and outside we can write r squared. Now we can write, basically we can solve this by calculator, so it will be fraction we can take. So we can take fraction and it will be pi over 4 and minus 0.5 and bracket close, and this will be equal to 0.28. So we can write, otherwise what we can do, we can write in, okay, so we will keep as it is. So this is the area of basically mm, this is area of shaded portion, but they are saying ratio of the shaded portion. They are saying right, this one, area of the shaded, the total area of the following shape is x. The area of shaded part of each shape is kx. For each shape, find the value of k and write your answer in this. So we will find the ratio. The ratio will be the shaded area divided by the total area. So which is basically, we will divide this. I'll change the color so that you can understand. We can divide this by pi by 4 r squared, which is area of the whole um, quarter circle. So now we can cancel. After cancellation, this r square will be cancelled with r, and we will get answer that will be, so what we can do, we can, this is what we have already written, and we will divide this by pi by 4, so pi over 4, and we will get 0.36338, which we can write 0.3634. So 0.3634 will be answer. We can write here 0.3634. This was a little tricky, but hopefully I was able to explain and you understood each and everything. And this was 10-mark question, last question of this paper. We are done with the paper. Hopefully you understood each and everything. I'll be waiting for your comments. Don't forget to press bell icon so that you will be getting notification for incoming videos. Also, subscribe the channel, recommend this channel to your friends and classmates, and also introduce this channel to your respected teachers. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye.